everyone. This is the River scheduled for a public works and safety meeting for Wednesday, July 9th. Can I get a roll call of members, please?
Maryland,
Here.
Betsy Barnes.
Here.
Jim Crook.
Here.
And Bill Gomez.
Here.
All present, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. We do have a full quorum. First on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the prior meeting, which was held on Wednesday, June 18th. So get a motion to approve the minutes
I'll second.
and a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Addition of new items, we do have one, if the board could add this as number 9 on the agenda. This is a proposed agreement with NIPSCO and the city of Crown Point through the legal department. If we could add that as number 9.
So moved.
A motion to approve
So
the
moved.
add-on and a second. Any further discussion on the motion?
So moved.
Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, board. Okay, up first, there's our employee of the month. So we're kind of stepping out of the norm on this one. We have more than one recipient of this month, but it's a very big project. A lot of hands involved in this, but and we have a public unveiling of this new piece of equipment here later this month. So if we can bring up, I know Tom's not here, but if we can bring up Justin and Mason and Rich, guys come, and Adam, you want to come up too? Sure. So I don't know when, how long this started, but it's been a while. So the sorry. The city of Crown Point was a recipient through the Mac Foundation and the Valparaiso Fire Department and an anonymous donation to obtain and build our own sensory trailer, which I don't think there's any in our region. But we've got some inquiries, although we haven't been publicly built it to use it statewide. So Adam, you, like I said, there was a lot of people involved in this. Matt Kodachek from the fire department was also involved. These guys, along with Tom Walters, one of the city electricians, were the labor to build it. And it's going to be a phenomenal resource for, yes, not only the city, but like I said, we've already got inquiries around the state if they could use it as well. So Adam, you want to give a rundown exactly?
Yeah,
What is the sensory trailer?
so for everybody out there, you guys remember this board probably 6 months ago, right? It gave approval to kind of spearhead this project. A lot of people see sensory rooms through different areas. The fire department, like again, everybody here, Matt Kodachek, Benjamin Banks, and others, I had an idea to do a mobile sensory room that we've seen a few in the country, but the one that these guys kind of took our ideas and stuff and their ideas, put it together, there's nothing like it in the country. So we have a 30-foot unit that is meant to be taken to special events, to the fairs, to air shows that would allow those kids and those families that have someone on the spectrum to have a place to decompress and kind of have some quiet time so they don't have to leave an event to go back. It started up, hey, we got a trailer. It did look like a tenement on wheels when we first got it, but this thing, it's cool. So I mean, Rich and Justin and everybody just having ideas, and then see those ideas come out. It wasn't just, hey, let's slap something together. I mean, you guys can talk about it. The bubble walls. There's a marriage of technology and hands-on stuff. And dark rooms, a star room where you can lay back in the dark and look at the stars, stuff like that. But it's all audio connected, touch screens. So we had an announced $20,000 donation. Trailer was given to Tom Blank that came through. Rick and Amy Cox gave money to Momper, to countless others that just came in, and when they could donated. So this comes at no expense other than the labor of love for these guys. But it's pretty awesome.
So, and we have our public and media unveiling coming up at the Taste. So, but we wanted to see, so when you see this trailer and everything that it has, and it's for adults and kids, those with PTSD or, you know, whatever affliction, it's a multi-use. So, but before you see it, we wanted to introduce and thank the Public Works and Tom, Walters, these are the ones that built, so, on behalf of the city, great job. I know there's a lot of man hours you guys put in, so just, thank you on behalf of the city, and for everybody, young and old, that's gonna be taking advantage of the trail, so, very well done. So, these are their employee of the month. Also gift cards. They're all the same. Floor is yours if you guys want to say anything to anybody that's here or watching.
Oh, you? No, I'm good.
Good. Thank you.
Adam said it best.
All right, great job.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys. We get a picture?
Yeah.
Big smiles. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks. All right, so we're going to turn it over to Sherry from the clerk's office because you have a couple of presentations you want to do, right?
Hey, Britt. All right, we come here today to present Brittany with an accreditation of a CMC, which is Certified Municipal Clerk. It's an award that comes from the International Institute of Municipal Clerks. The CMC accreditation requires 60 education points and 50 experience points. Attainment of this certificate is a testament of her hard work and dedication to the city of Crown Point. And for our second accreditation for today, we have our second in city history. Clerk Treasurer Dave Benson has earned the most prestigious international award for clerk or deputy clerk. That is also comes from the International Institute of Municipal Clerks, which is an MMC, his Master Municipal Clerk. The International Institute of Municipal Clerks grants the MMC designation only to those municipal clerks who complete demanding education requirements and who have a record of significant contributions to their local government, community, and state. Considering the speed of drastic nature of these change these days, lifelong learning is not only desirable, but also necessary for all local government to keep up with the pace of growing demands and changing needs of the citizens we serve. We applaud you both for your educational accomplishments and achievements of these milestones, and congratulate you both on your personal pursuit of professional excellence. So therefore, it's my honor to present Brittany with her CMC and your pen from the International. And Dave, your MMC. And you guys have anything to say?
Take the floor, Brett.
Thank you, sir, for allowing me to get the education I need. I just love working for the office and working for the city, and it's just an honor.
Yeah, well, I never get nervous, but I'm actually nervous. This is something that I really didn't expect. I know it took 6 years to get it, and a lot of schools when we could get away, Phil. But you know, you with 10 years seniority, I mean, being a mentor, I appreciate everything you constantly teach me as well. So it's a great honor, and I thank everybody.
Yeah, Dave has been phenomenal,
Great.
in making sure everybody, you know, attains the at least attains the their certified municipal clerk. We actually go in 2 weeks to receive another accreditation from APT. So we'll be getting advanced classes on that too, and advanced certification on that too. So he is very instrumental in getting the entire staff certified.
I know a lot of people, especially those maybe watching home, don't fully understand what this represents, but just in a nutshell, it represents a lot of time, a lot of study, a lot of work. You said 6 years to attain it and achieve it, but you did it personal satisfaction, but to the benefit of the city and the community, everybody that we serve. So, on behalf of the city, Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How about we bring the work family up? Come on,
Well,
everybody.
let's get one with just you guys.
Okay.
first, and then-
And then we'll.
1, 2, 3. Okay, now everyone can.
Come on, guys. All right.
So you think that?
No,
I get nervous.
We're gonna need 2 rows.
This one goes in the kitchen, Mary.
We need 2 rows.
Start
one on the front.
Yeah, you Josh, sit right on the floor. Sit on your knees.
Well, you can't be the only one, so there needs to be somebody else, and then Nancy, you're gonna get
Let's front and center.
here. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on, presentation. So we have the bid opening for the demolition of 1115 East Joliet Street. Alex?
Mayor, thank you. We have a whole one that came in from C. Lee Construction Services. That bid amount is $16,850, Mayor. My suggestion would be for the board to accept that bid pending legal and engineering review of the proposal related to the requirements of the bid notice.
Okay, $16,850.
$850.
Okay, thank you, Alex. So I'll bring this to the board. This is at private, the residents on East Joliet Street, right at the curve where the city acquired the property through the council last month or 2 months ago.
I'll move there.
So a motion to accept the bid pending final legal and staff review. We have a second
A second.
and a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. You, Alex. First up, under old business, utility updates. Al? Good morning.
Morning. Fairly uneventful update this week. First, on our water project, phase 4, use of remaining funds, the change order work is progressing. We do have a disbursement, SRF disbursement number 44 in the amount of $6,812 that I'd like your approval for the mayor to sign so we can submit.
Okay, that was 6,812, right?
6,812.
Okay, thanks, Al. We'll bring this to the board then for the disbursement request. Motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. On your 24-inch water supply line to the treatment plant, we're in the home stretch of revising this route. We're anticipating getting confirmation from the property owners end of this week. So hopefully I'll have more of an update next meeting. Our lead service line replacement project, that project had a notice to proceed issue on 7/1/25, and we held our pre-construction meeting. Contractors in process of performing locates. If you recall, the lead service line project will first start along our downtown interceptor route, identifying any lead service lines and replacing those before the interceptor contractor starts. On your wastewater utility improvements project, we do have a draw, utility fund loan draw number 11 in the amount of $22,000 $869.72. I'd like to get your approval.
Okay, 22,869.72.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Al. We'll bring this in to the board for action or questions.
So moved, Mayor.
So motion to approve the draw number 11. You have a second?
Second.
And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
On your wastewater treatment plant project, we did finally receive our renewed NPDES permit. That's our discharge permit, allowing us to utilize our wet weather facility. So now we're just waiting on some rain so we can test it. But we do have one final change order. This change order is 2 parts. The first part is to perform some additional programming to optimize the function of the facility. The second part is we had a gate that was damaged during the course of construction. We had some material come down the line, get jammed in the gate, and the motor went off and kind of bent the stem. So fortunately, the contractor was there. We were able to get the parts and have him repair it. But we do have a change order proposal increase in the amount of $31,066. If approved, we'll have about $97,000 remaining within that project. So I'm recommending approval of change order number 13 in the amount of $31,066.
I know things could change, but do you have any, do you foresee any other change orders or any additional uses of that remaining contingency down the pipeline?
Hopefully not. Once we start having wet weather events, we'll see if anything else needs to be done. But right now, we anticipate that to be it.
Okay, all right, thanks, Al. So bring this then to the board, change order number 13. Motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
That's not unusual, is it, Al? What the mayor was just saying?
No.
That's what I thought. Thanks.
Division C, which is the Western County Lift Station, they've finished their punch list and have made final requests for release of retainage. And we're recommending release of retainage in the amount of $90,000 as final partial payment application number 16. Like your approval to have that executed and close that project out.
Okay, thanks, Al. Yep, this was a big one, finally completed, so. So bring this then to the board for the release of the retainage.
So moved.
A motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to phase 2 of projects, the downtown interceptor. We do have our pre-construction meeting scheduled for today at 12:30 in these chambers. The contractor got permission to pre-mobilize and perform subsurface utility exploration. So he's in process of confirming subsurface locations of the utilities. Once that's done, then he'll be able to commence with construction. Hopefully we'll get his construction scheduled today and I'll be able to share that with you at the next meeting. Contractors locked in.
Okay.
Any questions on the downtown interceptor project? Moving on to your treatment plant project, we met with staff. We went through some value engineering and staff accepted all of our value engineering recommendations to get the project back within budget. So we're making those modifications and then we'll submit to IDEM for construction permit, on track to bid towards the end of this year when SRF indicates we have ability to close on our loan.
What's the timeline on that?
We're waiting on SRF to identify when their next borrowing is. So we anticipate it towards the end of this year.
Okay, thank you.
And the last project is our collection system improvements. Again, that's somewhat tied with the 24-inch water line, which we'll find out information on our properties hopefully here by the end of the week. questions on your water and wastewater utilities?
No. we do not. Okay, nope. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Okay, number 2, request approval to add buy down plan and separating health and dental plans. Karen?
Yes, thank you. Rick Mitchum is here. He's going to go over the plan for you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Good morning, Rick.
Morning, members of Board of Works. So I think you've got about 3 handouts there. One is the actual amendment number 4 to the City of Crown Point's health plan. One that's got the Crown Point logo in the middle is a handout that we used at the May 22nd Lunch and Learn, where we introduced the buy down plan. The third one that's it's got at the top in red letters as written in the city's 2025 employee benefit guide. This is the one that talks about the HSA, the way it is right now in your plan. And it shows how we're actually funding the buy down plan, okay? So what we're doing, you got a number of people that meet their deductible, max out at pocket every year, never have a chance to save any of their HSA monies. So the thought was, we'll let some of those people buy down their deductible. So the employee only, your current plan, which we're calling the core plan now, would be as a $2,500 employee deductible, $5,000 for family. Just staying on the employee, that we're allowing them to go from $2,500 to $1,750. Okay, so that's a $750 buy down. That would be funded by $450 by the employee through payroll deductions. We'd also have a reduced HSA base contribution that would go from $750 to the core plan to $600 to the base plan for employee only. So the employees net savings for doing this, they'd save $150. So $150 is something. A family would be 2 times that, so they'd save $300. Their deductible would go from $5,000 to $3,500, $1,500 buy down. Their payroll contributions would be $900 through the year. Their reduced HSA would be $300, so the family would save $300 a year if they wanted to do this. Okay. Any questions at all on it?
No, I mean, before you continue, so these are really just another insurance package that if the employee has an option to enroll in and take advantage of, some will stay with what they have, but it's just another offering that we can give to the city employees.
You'll have a 2 benefit plan option now instead of 1.
Yeah, so the insurance coverage and package itself is the same. It's just depending on your situation.
Right.
Go what's
And
best
the
with
plan that you have now that has no employee contribution, that stays the same, no changes at all. Just a couple of changes to help people out a little bit on the deductible out of pocket.
Okay.
So we'd like to motion to approve and sign the plan amendment number 4 for the health plan.
Okay. And Karen, you're all, HR's all, they've been working on this for a long time.
Yes.
Karen,
That's
Katie, and
correct.
with Rick, so they've done a good job putting this together. So we, excuse me, so we need a motion to approve the buy down plan as presented, correct? Okay. Wait, so is it the motion?
Yes,
Okay.
I didn't hear down there what you said.
So I was just confirming with legal the proper
okay.
language on the motion. Okay, so we have a motion to approve the buy down plan. We have a second
Second.
and a second. Any further discussion on the motion?
Yes, is that pretty popular, what you're doing with these buy down programs?
Yeah, there are many plans. You know, yours is a very rich plan, but most benefit plans now have more than one plan option to give employees choices that how it fits their needs and budget. So yeah, very popular, have multiple options.
So the feedback with you people, it's working very well.
Yeah, at our May 22nd meeting, I probably had 5 or 6 people to come up and are very interested in it. Some of them have said, and this would be effective, this plan amendment would be effective August 1st. But some of them said, I'll probably just wait till 1st of the year to do it and not mess it with it this year. But I think you're gonna have several people take advantage of it.
When they did that, did they ever come back and tell you how well it worked for them?
Oh, yeah, you talking about other clients?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. It's very popular to give employee choices on their health plan.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, and we had presented this, HR did it to all the city employees,
Did
a
you?
couple of our lunch and learns,
Sure.
our employee meetings, so they're,
Sounds good.
that's what
Yeah.
he's talking about.
One
Wait,
kind of-
we got, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no, you
Same
go-
topic?
Yeah, same topic. If you don't- Yeah, so TrueScripts, your PBM, they have an amendment that goes along with this, same thing. Has nothing to do with employee deductions or the, buy down deductible, but they have a amendment that mirrors the buy down plan option for them. So we'd like to have that approved at the same time for signature.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we need to add that or
Yes.
act on the motion?
I want to tack that on the
Yeah.
motion.
So, I guess Bobby could amend his motion, and then we would need a second on the
Okay,
amended motion.
to include include the True Scripts amendment.
I will amend my motion
Okay, so we have an amended motion. Do we have, a
as
s-
presented.
Let's see, I think we'd have to amend it.
Okay. yes, you were the
I-
second.
Amend my second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Okay,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Rick.
Hope I didn't get ahead of myself on that.
No, you're fine. Okay, number one under new business. Request approval to allow annual downtown business sidewalk there. Mary? Morning.
The Artful Garden could not be here today, so she asked for me to present on her behalf. For the past 3 years, the businesses in the downtown square have hosted a sidewalk sale somewhere around late June, early July, mid-July. This year, they're requesting to host the sale from July 17th to the 20th. In the past, they've held the sale from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday through Saturday and 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday. I don't currently have the list of participating businesses for this year, but previous participants have included the Artful Garden, Blue Pear, Dear Danny, Crown Antique Mall, or sorry, not Crown Antique Mall, the Hub Boutique and Vintage Market, and I believe Blue Ribbon Vintage as well.
Okay. So you're just looking for board approval to approve
Yes,
the
since they'll have some items
on the
outside
sidewalk.
on the sidewalk.
Okay. I'm good with this. In some form or fashion, this has been going on since I was a little kid up on the square, so that's a good idea.
So move, Mayor. I'll second.
Motion to approve the request and a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary. Number two, request approval for signage to advertise for the 8th annual 5K run walk for oral cancer awareness. Morning.
Good morning.
Can you
Yes.
state your name and address and
Thank you. My name is Nikki Massey from Northwest Indiana Dental Society, 3897 Brookside Drive in Crown Point. Yes, we are asking for our 8th annual. There are signs to be able to go up around the city. September 20th this is last year's. So September 20th will be it this year. So,
okay. Do you have a route already established or?
Yes, in fact, I believe you have the sign placement list that we requested.
We do. Okay. I mean, do you have the actual 5K, 2K route
Oh, it's gonna be in the Lake County Fairgrounds.
inside the
So
fair?
we're still we still gotta put it together, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you have quite a few locations. One, I think is just west of the city, but I think we typically, the date is September of this year. Maybe put them out if the board approves, like 30 days before, so they're not up for several months.
Yes, please.
And then with some of the location, we just ask you work with the police department to make sure that they're put in the proper locations at those different intersections.
Okay.
So you just follow up with the assistant chief or our patrol commander, or somebody from the police department.
Do I ask prior to put them out?
Yeah, that way with the locations, because they'll have a list. So
Okay.
that way they can, at this location, make sure they're not too close to the intersection, line of sight issues, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But I'll bring in the board for any questions of the petitioner or actions.
So move, Mayor.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Want a second?
Yes.
Second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Thank you
Okay,
very much.
thank you, Nikki.
Have a good day.
You too, thanks. Number 3, request approval for solicitor's permit for Izzy's Mobile Ice Cream Truck. Good morning. You can state your name and address, please. ma'am?
Brandy Fresnoni, 1269 Glen Drive.
Okay, and what are you looking for the board to do?
To approve us to drive around to maybe the parks in the neighborhoods to sell Italian ice.
Okay,
I'm not sure of specific times yet because we do the festivals Thursday through Saturday. So it could be Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, not really sure yet.
okay. Have you done this before in Crown Point?
We do the fest, yeah, with a pizza truck and a panini trailer, but
I mean, what you're asking, the,
to drive around, no.
yeah, okay. All right, Dave, clerk's office, everything in order for on your end?
Good to go.
Okay, Jim, everything good with the police department on your role? Okay. So you don't know the specific out, but I'm presuming your target audience are not necessarily all kids, but families during the day would be
Yes.
normal.
Maybe Sundays, maybe before it gets dark, dinner time.
Right.
I'm not really sure yet
Okay,
how it's gonna work.
okay. We'll bring it to the board then for any questions of the petitioner or
So moved.
action. You have a motion, is that a motion to approve? Okay, so we have a motion to approve the request. We have a second. Second, Mayor. And a second. Any further discussion on the motion?
I have one
Did
more
she-
question. Is there any
Yes, ma'am.
specific places we can't go?
Well, typically like onto city property, like through the sportsplex,
Okay.
through Bulldog Park,
Right.
through the parks, like the city parks. So just the public roadways and so forth.
Okay.
So
It's
it's a great question.
She's logged all the paperwork and everything.
Yeah, everything's on with the police department and as far as the application.
Thank you.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, you're set. Thank you. Number 4, request approval of HIDA phone system contract. Chuck?
Mayor and Board, it's just, it's a service agreement for our telephones. We switched over to a voice over internet. Also with Spectrum.
Okay. David or Alex, good, legal good?
I've read it, Dave.
Okay, thank you, David. So I'll bring this request to the board.
So moved, Mayor.
A motion to approve.
I'll
the
second.
Contract and a second.
Yes.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Yes, Chuck. Number 5, request approval for professional service agreement for Rick Mitchell. Karen?
Again, Gary's gonna explain his contract.
Rick, come on back.
Thanks for having me up again. In front of you today is a professional service agreement for Rick Mitchell Foundation Risk Partners. This one is specifically to where when we can find cost claims mitigation opportunities for the city and save them money, we would then research and determine the best practices solution, and then actually oversee and or perform the work to develop a strategy to deliver maximum savings to the plan. It's actually a percentage service contract. So if there's no savings achieved, there's no fee charged. This is certainly, we have precedence with this type of contract with the city's health plan. with PBA and TrueScripts. I didn't give these out. I printed them out before I left yesterday. But TrueScripts has a percent of savings on their program of 28%, and PBA's ranges from about 15 to 40, depending what it is. Our percent of savings, we're looking at 5% first year, 2.5% second year, so quite a bit lower. But you know, we're happy to save you all money, you know, wherever we can. So, any questions?
Okay, before we take the board to the legal,
Yeah, Mayor, we reviewed it, made some changes to Rick's proposed contract. We feel confident in it. It's essentially a win-win. I mean, if the city wins, that's the only way Rick gets paid. So no issues with it and recommend approval on it.
so everybody on the board that is involved in any way, shape or form with securing and paying the insurance world, Karen and Katie and Rick do a great job of every year looking for ways to save the city money, but not reducing the benefits to the employees. So I'm good with this, and thanks for everything you guys do all year.
And thanks for Katie
Yeah.
and Karen as well. We work very well together.
You guys do good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, was that approval to approve the contract? Excuse me. Do we have a second? And a second. Any further discussion on the motion?
If you're happy with it, I am.
Thank you very much.
All in favor, signify with an eye.
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passed.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Rick. Number 6, request approval of 2025 Lake County Fair EMS contract. Mark?
Mayor Board, before you use standard contract between the city of Crown Point and the County Cultural Society for us to provide fire services during the town fair, and also the second contracts for the same thing, but specifically for the
Is it same as last year, or is there any notable changes to it?
It's same language as last year. The cost flex for years are special events paid.
Okay.
Positions per shift per day.
All right, so essentially the same except for the figure.
Yeah.
Okay. Alex, legal good with the contract?
Yeah, Mayor, same contracts we've used for several years. We would recommend approval on it.
Okay. So bring this to the board
So
for
moved,
questions
Mayor.
or action. We have a motion to approve. You have a second
Second.
and a second. Any further discussion on the
No.
motion,
No changes or anything.
other than the amount to be paid?
Yes, Al. That's it.
Correct.
Pretty common, isn't it?
Yeah, the amount and obviously the dates are always a little different. than the services we provide.
Thank you.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thanks, chief. Number 7, request approval to add Toshiba MFT to lease agreement. Bart?
Good morning. I am seeking approval to add an additional Toshiba multifunction printer copy machine for our utilities department. It will expire along with all of the Toshiba printers that we received last year, the year before. We keep them all on the same lease term, but I'm just seeking approval to proceed with this one printer for utilities.
Okay. And remind me again, how long, what's the extent of the lease?
I want to say originally it was 5 years. We are currently at 42 months or so left on the lease.
Okay, so whenever that lease expires, this would be rolled into it. So everything expires at the same time. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Alex, you good with Bart's request?
Yeah, Mayor, standard MFT agreement. We would recommend approval on it.
Okay.
No changes.
All right. No, other than adding this one to all the existing other ones around
So
the city.
moved, Mayor.
So a motion to approve the lease agreement. Do we have a second?
Second.
And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thanks, Bart.
Didn't do that last year.
How long before they actually get is it significant or is it Within a
don't have
month?
an answer on that. I want to say our last batch, they sent them from a warehouse. They were located domestically. They sent them to Adams Remco for delivery. So I don't have.
Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's fine.
In case I get asked, then I have an answer to go to.
And I will be very clear with Jason and Bree as well.
Okay.
It's
Good enough. All right, thanks. Request approval to reduce original bond for Canvas. Doug?
Thank you, Mayor. The Canvas development is asking for a reduction in their performance bond. They've submitted line items completed. We verified the completion of those line items. The original bond amount was $3,783,565. They want to reduce it down to $95,408.50. So the remainder is some sidewalk work and some EDA grants that yet to be completed.
Okay. And I'm assuming that engineering's good on with the request.
We verified the line item submitted, everything's in to this extent, sidewalks and EDA ramps, there's a few left to do, so we reduce it down to 95.
Okay, all right, thanks, Doug. We'll bring this then to the board for action or questions.
I got a question.
Okay.
Doug, when you say you're gonna bring it down to a 95?
Correct.
Yes. Is this a common thing, or is it, what was their reasoning was that they don't need all that?
So as work progresses in
Yes.
completion of the work, they have a bond right now at $3,700,000, right? So as they get this work done, they want to reduce their bond amount, and yes, it's common that we go through and we'll reduce their bond.
And it's
They're
not gonna hurt us.
substantially complete in that area.
And do you feel comfortable with it, Doug?
100%, yes.
Mayor, what you brought to before this, what do you feel all right?
I rely on staff. If they're confident with it, then I back them and
Okay.
I'm good.
As long as everybody's happy with it, I am. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Bob.
Yeah.
Okay, so we would need a motion then.
Make a motion, Mace, make a motion for approval.
All right, we have a motion to approve the bond reduction. We have a second. And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thanks, Doug. Up next is number 9, our add-on. This is a proposed agreement between the City of Crown Point and NIPSCO. Alex?
Thank you, Mayor. With regard to the downtown interceptor project, we've been working on several acquisitions of right-of-way parcels to allow for that sewer line to go in. NIPSCO being NIPSCO, a little bit different. They'd rather give us a license agreement to allow us to put that sewer line in. No different than what we've done in the past with NIPSCO property, putting bike trails or other utilities on it. So I received the agreement from NIPSCO, made our changes to it. I think it's in a fashion that we can proceed on it here today to allow Al to get his line in and make connection to the wastewater treatment plant.
Okay, thanks, Alex. So we'll bring this then to the board for questions of legal or action.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve this as what Alex was saying here, but I had a question on the bike trail. That bike trail is coming right close to there, isn't it?
So this is going to be north of the bike trail. So the bike trail will come down Summit Street. This is up north towards like Dairy Queen and the car lot. So
Right.
more towards the wastewater treatment plant. So they won't intersect or won't interfere with each other.
So within the future, we will have no problem with the line anywhere that we should have moved it or we didn't move it, because I know we had some, in the past, we had some problems over about lines was being put in there. Remember that, don't you?
That's what we're trying to avoid. So we've
Yeah,
got
so
everything
we're-
all platted out with Al and make sure that we're not putting pavement where we need to dig and there's no
That's
lines where
right.
we need to dig. And so everything else is pretty good.
So thank you. I'm happy with that, Mayor,
Okay.
now. I'll
So
tell you.
we need a motion then
So
to
moved.
approve the agreement. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second, Mayor.
And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Alex?
Sir.
Miscellaneous. So I just wanted to, before we throw it to the board, just give you guys an update on the progress and status of the old church on East North Street. So you remember not too long ago, they proposed developer came and did a presentation. We didn't take any action on it, but for a new use for the church. They had proposed part of to turn the school component into condos, the church itself into office space that they were going to occupy themselves once completed. They gave a pretty aggressive timeline of 18 months from start to completion. So before the board took any formal action, or they had to go to the planning commission, get certain approvals, which they did by unanimous vote. They had to go to the BZA for approvals, and they did that and got unanimous vote. And then to the last council meeting, the council had to basically endorse the BZA and planning commission's decisions, which they did also by unanimous vote. So, but as far as the Board of Works is concerned, our demo order is still in place. That hasn't been rescinded. Only this board could rescind it. So we had told them, you have to go and do your due diligence with those other city boards. Eventually, you're going to have to come back to this body, and then this body would have to make a determination that's what we want to do or not. But so I'm supportive of the project, but we have to be cautious and represent the city and the neighborhood. Just protection to make sure what was promised and what's being planned is actually done. And so we have to put certain measures in place to avoid that. So I've charged the legal department to work with the developer to basically come up with an agreement that's in writing, that the city can rely on. So we all know going into what the expectations are. So Alex, you have anything to?
Yeah, Mayor, based on your direction, we'll start working on that agreement and get that over to the proposed developer, and hopefully bring that back to the Board of Works here in a couple of weeks and have them here in a couple of weeks. And if we can reach an agreement and the council takes final action on it in August, we should be back here in the beginning of August discussing what, if anything, happens with that pending demo order.
Okay. So just wanted to, it's been in the paper, and I'm going to make sure you guys are up to speed on everything that's being done. So. Of course.
I want to thank the board members down here, and I thank you. I've been on this thing a long time, and I'm glad that we have, I've been with this since 96, 2008. And this mayor here, this administration, when I came in here, I talked to mayor about it, and I've had that down there for a long time. And I want to thank this board for us finally, and the mayor, seeing an end game to it. And you can't know how pleased I am for all the people who's ever talked to me about this. And I'm glad that we call it the clubhouse is in sight. And so and I want to thank all you guys for everything you did here on this board. And I appreciate you. So does the mayor. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Okay, our next regular scheduled meeting will be Wednesday, July 23rd at 11 a.m. And we need a motion to adjourn. A motion, second, and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by an aye. Aye.